Welcome to Upgrade. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and today we're going to bring the Surface 7. And out of the box, this is pretty much what you get. This is the new norm now. They give you the actual Surface Pro information right here, the pamphlet, which is simple. Another manual here, the power supply, of course, and that's it. That's all you get. That's pretty much what you get. Nothing else in the bottom. Very simple. Box, it's a lot simpler than before. They're getting a lot cheaper because they used to include the pen. So we're going to go ahead and open it up, and I'm going to put the pamphlet back and see how it is, and we're going to compare with another unit. This is the new Surface 7. If you guys see it, it's going to come out right now. This is the Surface 7, and when you buy it, this is all you get. This is exactly what you get. It's just a basic, simple Surface. The only thing that's different in the back is it's black now. They have different colors, of course. We get a little kickstand here, if you guys can see it. There's a little kickstand on there. Same size as the last one. There's a lot smaller too. Some of the features a lot slimmer too. What I see first of all here, there is one audio jack that's still in there. One single audio jack that they have in there. Power button and 2 volume controls. One camera still on the other side. So you get a Type-C connection here. This is pretty much for your docking station, your display port. It works well with the docking station now. USB 3.1, and then this is the power magnet, where actually the power cord goes in here and it magnetizes in there. On the bottom two, it does the same thing. We're gonna actually set up another keyboard. Today I'm using my older keyboard from my last Surface, and it fits exactly very well into it. It's compatible with the old Surface and the new Surface. This is an old Surface keyboard that I bought with the Surface 4, I believe, or 3. I'm not quite sure what number, but if you can see it, it fits exactly the same way. They haven't changed any style. The only difference I see, it got a lot slimmer. The air ventilations, I don't see them as much as I used to see them before. To take it apart, it's a little different now. It's a little harder, but it seems like the air vents are a lot smaller, if you guys can see it. So there is no entryway to upgrade this machine. It's pretty much what you buy is what you get. There's no upgrading on the hardware, which is the memory, battery, or anything like that. It's pretty much, this is it. This is what you get when you buy it. Now, let's go ahead and buy it and talk about accessories and other items too. So if you buy it, it doesn't come with the keyboard, it doesn't come with the mouse, it doesn't come with anything. You have to purchase everything separate. So the keyboard, it's a purchase here, and then of course it has a little kickstand so you can pick up and you can adjust the keyboard how you want. Now on this part right here, into this particular part, this is the new pen, and we're gonna go ahead and open it up and see how well it looks and how small it is compared to the older pen that I have here too also. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up. So the new pen is a lot slimmer, and we're also going to compare those two with the older version of the Surface pen. So this one's a lot better. It feels a lot, the grip's a lot easier. There's a still flat surfaces, but they actually got the pen, the pocket holder here, and it still sticks on the side of it. And one of the sides, here it is. It has a magnetized that it's magnetically connected to it. Battery still has a quadruple A battery that you need to install in here. I'm not taking anything apart. It still has the button that you control, and it's simple to push. No other side buttons on there. They got rid of all the buttons, and there is no side buttons on it at all. It's still in plastic right now, so I'm gonna remove the plastic. Let me take a big difference on the pen. One button on it compared to the old style pen. There was no buttons on it. The pens are similar. They have the magnetized, but this one has a pocket protector and it has a flat surface, the older one. Size wise, they're about the same size. The pen's a lot better on the Surface, on the new Surface pen. I love the color, the charcoal black on it. The tips are simple to remove compared to the old version. A lot slimmer and a lot better. And if you guys can see, it's turning on right now as it is. It's trying to blink to, it's trying to find itself a connection, which I didn't want that to happen because then the battery starts running now. But like I said, it's simple to replace the batteries in here too. Simple way too. And like I said, you open the top, batteries come out from the old one the same way as the new one. Quadruple quadruple A batteries that you have to include, but a lot better than before. This Surface Pen is 100 times better on writing and also on tracing and painting. Really good. So this is a comparison to the old pens. Well, let's continue on with the Surface, of course, and if you guys can see it, they do give you a camera in front of it and some sensors, but I'm not quite sure how many sensors are there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sensors and 2 camera controller light version of it. So it's supposed to be a lot better for Skyping, and those people are going to be traveling with it. It's a great feature. Now, on the other side, there's another camera here. You guys can see it in there. There's another camera in there. It still has a kickstand like the older version, of course. You guys can see, I'm going to open it up here. There's a kickstand there, if you can see it. It stands very tall, very neat, and then it actually goes down to a almost to like a 45 or even less than 45-degree angle, if you guys can see it. In front of it, there's 2 speakers right here. They're built in the glass. You can't hardly see them in there, but I'm trying to see if we could guide it. There's 2 speakers on both ends. Type C USB. On this one itself, it connects everything in there. So Ethernet, your display ports, everything goes to the docking station if you have that system included. But unfortunately, you're gonna have to buy that additional part of it. Right now, the only way you're gonna be connecting is if you have an adapter. And also another thing is you could replace the pen tips. You could buy them if you're one of those artists and uses the pen to draw in Photoshop and other items. Recommend you replacing the pen heads once in a while. So that's another thing. I personally use it for Photoshop, so it's a great thing. This one in particular has 16 gigs, and I could run those applications. So let me put the pen back where it was here. You guys can see it. So we added the keyboard, the pen, and another option is this Microsoft Surface mouse. Now this mouse itself, it's an Arc mouse. It's a newer version. They have different colors too also. To turn it on, it's basically you just bend it and it turns on. If you guys can see it, very simple, very light. There's no 2 buttons. There's 2 buttons in here, but you can't see any markings or any lines. It's very simple, aerodynamic kind of thing. It takes 2 AA batteries. If you guys can see, simple batteries in here. Now this is a Bluetooth, and you could program it by holding the button down for a couple seconds. It starts blinking, and then you reconnect the system. On the Surface itself, it will be very simple to recognize, very simple to synchronize and work with it. So another great option, off and on. Love this. This is one of my favorite mouse from Microsoft. Now a third part that you could buy in here, it's an option, it's up to you. I mean, it's recommended if you're an artist. It's this dial. It's a Microsoft Surface dial, if you guys can see it. Now this one has a sticky end to it, so it kind of sticks to it, but it will fall down after a certain degrees. Now this interacts very well with the Surface Desktop and the Surface Pro, the Surface Note. It will interact really simple, especially if you have a Photoshop or any programs. If you're an editor, you want to edit your videos, this is pretty simple to go back to your timelines, replace the cuts. Photoshop, you could replace the colors. Audio, you could turn on the volume. You could be away from it from your computer, and it's also Bluetooth enabled too. So these 3 items that you see, actually 4 items, 1, 2, 3, and 4, do not come with the system. But they make the system really good. Now, if you want to have it, if you're an artist, I highly recommend you something like this. Very simple to work with now. Now the price is a little pricey on all this item. Microsoft does not make it simple. They make everything very expensive, especially their Microsoft Surface 2, which is the desktop part of it, and it's very expensive, and they're only one size, and you can't upgrade the memory. It's just what you get built in. The more you add to it, the more it costs, of course, and it's ridiculous amount of money. Same goes with the Surfaces. I mean, you buy a Surface fully equipped with the latest memory, hard drive, and airspace, but you might be missing some of these items and missing on the full capacity of this machine. Now, this machine is made for traveling. You don't need the pen, you don't need the dial, you don't need none of this stuff. You do need a keyboard, and you could provide your own mouse. Even if it's a connecting mouse or a wireless mouse, you can have that. But you remember, you only have that one slot for USB. Other than that, If you have any questions or any comments, I'm your host, Frank the Tank, out.